Yes, please. Yes. I beg your pardon. I did want to clear space for this.
1 second, please.
This is important.
Yes, guys, Kyren Lacy was supposed to be in the NFL. Kyren Lacy was accused of something and being investigated for something that he didn't do, and he died having to live with the guilt and the consequences of a guilty man knowing he was innocent. It recently was discovered that he was 72 yards away from the crash, that police and state policemen tried to coerce and doctor and use ways to manipulate statements that put this young man behind bars. They changed his joy, they changed his life, and eventually he took his own life. This was supposed to be a career, but at least he was supposed to be here. At some point throughout his career, I would expect to have said his name. So I'm gonna say his name tonight.
Amen.
Kyren Lacy was innocent. Kyren Lacy should be here with us. Nothing will ever repair or replace the pain that their parents, that his parents have to feel and his loved ones have to feel. But we could say his name. There were so many stations that ran the fact that he was being investigated. So I wanted to make sure here with Scott, we could say that he was an innocent man and at least know that he has that as he rests.
You and I talked about this earlier tonight, and I'll just share with them what I share with you. I can't recall ever seeing something that made me react viscerally to the point that I felt like my hands were trembling to think that there's video that shows that this is not at all what happened. And that young man took his life. And so I will not say any more. It's your thoughts here. I just wanted to echo.
Thank you very much.
No, and my apologies for forgetting that because this is a more important thing than what we're talking about tonight. Ryan Clark, I appreciate you always.
Okay, what's up guys? So that was a video clip of Ryan Clark and Scott Van Pelt on Monday Night Football remembering Kyren Lacy after his lawyer released the video footage saying that his client was well behind the scene of the accident and was slowly approaching the crash site. So a lot of people, including myself, responded after this video because it appeared this exonerated the former LSU wide receiver. That's how I and many others took it. Therefore, on Monday Night Football, they had that small tribute for Lacy. However, the next day, police body cam footage was released that portrayed a different story, as there were a couple witnesses who told the first police officer at the scene that it was Kyren Lacy's car that caused the crash.
Hey, did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger.
There was a green Charger
that caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all of it. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir.
That said, ESPN Scott Van Pelt and Ryan Clark both reacted to the new police body cam evidence. Here's Scott Van Pelt's reaction, and I'll show you Ryan Clark's reaction afterwards.
Late last week, the attorney for former LSU football player Kyren Lacy released a video challenging the version of events Louisiana State Police used to cite Lacy in a December auto accident which claimed the life of 78-year-old Herman Hall. On Tuesday, state police released a video and records defending their initial findings that alleged Lacy's operation of the vehicle created a chain of events that resulted in the crash that claimed Hall's life. Lacy's car is seen moving at a high rate of speed in the wrong lane just prior to the incident. Lacy faced several charges, including felony negligent homicide, but died by suicide days before a grand jury was set to convene, meaning his guilt or innocence will not be tried in a criminal court. The one certainty here is that this was a senseless tragedy in December, and it's magnified by a second life lost in April. I apologize for the incomplete reaction that aired on this show on Monday night.
Okay, so that was SVP apologizing for not giving the full details of the accident and running with what Lacy's attorney said on Monday Night Football. And it's not only him. Everyone was pretty much in agreement that it appeared Lacy had got done dirty. I even made a video a week ago saying what happened to Kyren was wrong and that the police need to be held accountable. Look, everyone made that mistake, but after watching the police body cam video, I can't see how Kyren wasn't at least partly responsible. Anyways, I'll get into all that in a bit because I want to show you Ryan Clark's reaction. Okay, so Ryan Clark has been pretty vocal about this incident, and he has a right to be. He's a former LSU player, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had a relationship with current and past players. That said, when Kyren Lacy's attorney dropped that video last week, Ryan Clark posted a video tweet on October 7th with a caption reading, "Kyren Lacy was innocent. He was railroaded, set up, and lied on. They took his joy, his career, and eventually his life. Kyren Lacy was innocent." And the video in the tweet was a pre-recorded video reacting to Lacy's lawyer's interview.
It's even more tragic that I know he died as an innocent man who knew he was innocent.
He then uploaded on his Pivot podcast a 43-second preview of that full-length podcast, and it was right before his last video of his Odell Beckham Jr. interview. So take a look. That video was either privated or deleted. Why would Ryan delete that video, and why has he still not released that full-length podcast where he speaks on Kyren Lacy's innocence? I think this is a clear indication that RC, like many others, are backtracking on that initial narrative that Kyren was innocent in all this. Anyways, so I made a video about the new police body cam yesterday and received a ton of hate, which is cool. A lot of people are going to feel a certain way about this topic, but I think it's pretty obvious when you look at the facts that the LSU star did set off a chain of events that led to this crash. Most of the top comments I saw was that Lacy was nowhere near the crash, so he had nothing to do with it. So I want to tell those people that you can still be at fault for causing an accident even though you weren't part of the collision. People think just because Kyren was 72 yards away from the crash that he had nothing to do with it. Lacy was speeding 80 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour area. I even went on Grok AI and asked how long it would take two cars 72 yards apart traveling towards each other, how long it would take for them to collide, and it said 1.23 seconds. Think about how fast that is. So the gold truck at the front swerved to the right shoulder and the white car behind the truck swerved to the oncoming lane because the truck wasn't completely off the road. Now there are reports that the white car might be partially responsible for tailgating and reacting too slowly, but this was a chain of reaction caused by Lacy driving in their lane towards them. This isn't rocket science. It's 1.23 seconds to react before a collision. Anyways, I'm going to play you a couple minute snippet of what the officer saw when he arrived at the crash scene. Listen to what the witnesses on the site said, and you can judge for yourself.
It's a natural instinct to turn, and then she had no hit head on.
Did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger
There was a green Charger.
caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all of it. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir. I'm driving 18
The green Charger collided with these cars?
He went right between.
He went around that truck, okay?
He was passing up with
her
right
now, and she had no choice. She hits the pole, she hits this.
How are the injuries? What
She
are they?
got a broken
She got a
ankle.
broken ankle.
Them
Yeah.
two are
Those two are coming.
complaining about back injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was on the
So
phone with
two back injuries, one broken ankle?
Yeah,
I'm not.
at least.
I just told him not to move. You know what I'm saying? Me being
yeah.
my partner.
You said something about a green Charger. Who told you something about a green Charger?
I'm driving 18 wheeler right there, sir.
Okay, so you saw
I
it?
saw
So
it.
what did you see happen?
He went to pass him. I say when he went to pass these cars back there. He back there around the
curve.
around the curve. All right.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. Hey, he come down. Right. When he come down, I got Mr. He had his brother that he was taken to the emergency room, to the hospital or something like that, chemo or something like that.
All right.
But I got his number also to verify this, because he was the car that was in front of her. When that green Charger came, he went caused this whole big traffic, so everybody went to hitting brakes because the Charger, I thought he was hitting the gold truck head on. So he jammed on brakes. She was coming down. They was going that way. When I saw
Which way was the Charger going? The Charger?
No, Charger going this
Charger's
way.
going this way. Okay.
She was coming this way.
Okay.
They was going this way also. Mr. jammed on brakes. She went to dodge Mr. And that's when
he
she came on.
I was watching. I was by the gas
She hit him, on the left side. She come over and hit him.
Anyways, what do y'all think about Ryan Clark and Scott Van Pelt's reaction to the new police body cam footage?